yet again to another episode of the Gotham After Show here on theStream.tv. Don't forget, as always, to subscribe to us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube. I always mix that word up. It's like a tongue twister to me.
I can't say
YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you got, hit us up on there with your fan questions and everything. Anything you got to say, hashtag the Gotham AS. It's your boy Devon. I'm here with David, Vi, and Tommy, as usual, some of my favorite people on this planet.
Hat crew.
Today's
I know,
episode.
it's a hat crew. Look at that, we all got hats on.
You know, you got to start the trend somewhere. You see what I'm saying? Every day, all day. Then David got the beanie going.
Right.
That thug-like thing is getting to him, I'm telling you. But today's episode was definitely one of the most interesting episodes I've seen in a long time. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I don't know how y'all feel about it. But good Lord, we're going to start off talking about the Red Hood. Now, as we know, David here, okay, doesn't think that Jerome from last episode is the Joker. So he feels like he's getting teased a little bit more with the Red Hood. How you feel, David?
I think the Red Hood is just another tease like last week. It was used as an advertising stunt to be like, oh, the Joker, the Joker. Well, Jerome's obviously not the Joker. He's gone. I don't know why people keep thinking that. And then you have the Red Hood gang that's here. Obviously, they all died. None of them are the Joker either. So
yeah, they can't.
I think they're just gonna keep. I mean, they did say. I read the link. Somebody posted it in the comments about this to be in the beginning of the Joker saga. But I feel like this is just the beginning of the Joker teases until like. At this point, it's gonna be like I'm two episodes in, and I'm already like the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, I mean, with the Red Hood thing going around, we saw the kid at the end pick up the mask.
Yeah.
Like the, CSI
right?
or nobody just shut off the area. They're just like, grab what you want.
Right.
But he picks the mask up. Do you feel like, oh, the mask is lucky? It could be like a curse of the Red Hood type
I mean,
deal?
that's kind of interesting because it like drove the people who wore it crazy.
Yeah.
You know, they got like mad with power.
Like
but
they said, Jerome is going to be in later episodes, right? Didn't they say something about that?
I would just like to say he's got to be because that kid was ridiculous. I thought he was amazing. And I mean, just because he wasn't in this episode doesn't mean he's not the Joker. I'm still got my money on that. They're going to be the Joker card that he's going to play.
He could possibly get the Red Hood later.
I think the craziest character we've seen in Gotham since day one is the kid at the end of this week's episode that picked up a dirty, bloody hood and then mined a gunshot at a bunch of police officers that had just done a shootout.
Right.
That will get you killed in Los Angeles. I don't know about Gotham.
It will.
They will shoot you point blank in Los Angeles.
So we can't forget about him, too, because he's a possible another Joker, hint, hint.
Right.
But we'll let you sit on that, David. I want to see your feelings about that.
I don't know. I feel like they're teasing a lot of different all the different possible Joker origin stories. And,
They're trying to create water cooler buzz. Like, they're just trying to get people who are fans of the show to discuss. I mean, they're doing exactly this. They want people to talk about, okay, now we've thrown a bunch of different little breadcrumbs out there. Like, which one are the people going to, like, they want people to speculate. It's a writing play, but it's working, clearly.
Yeah. But however, I mean, to do a tease like one an episode, they did like 5 this episode. I mean, every time a new person put the hood on, you were like, oh, is it him? Is it him? And then you have.
Well, I knew it
wasn't
the fat man.
Right away. We know that for sure.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. And I mean, that mask is a one-size-fit-all, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that fat man had a fat head.
He did.
And then the little skinny kid that didn't put it on, eyes was perfect. Like I said, Curse of the Red Hood, there could be something behind that. Spirit of the Goat type stuff, Sure. Hint, hint. Well,
yeah, possibly.
Now, this part is going to be hard for me, because as y'all know, my boy Alfredo, my boy Alfredo got stabbed. I thought he was bulletproof. Okay, I thought he was bullet and shake proof. I thought he was just invincible. And he's in the hospital. I'm upset.
Yeah.
How do you think this is going to affect Bruce? Because he had that exact same don't die incident with both of his parents, and now his current guardian / parental has had the same notion. Yeah. How do you think this is going to affect him going towards becoming the Bat?
A lot more takeout.
Yes.
Don't have anyone cooking for him right now. He's going to be ordering pizza a lot for the next few weeks.
He's going to gain some weight.
He's going to put on a little weight.
Yeah.
He's going to put on a little weight. I think, I think it's a little bit of, I like this Reggie. We're going to talk about Reggie. I don't know. But I think this is a ploy. I think Reggie purposely gave him a non-mortal wound. I think Alfred will be back up and running by the end of next week's episode, if I had to estimate. But this is another experience for Bruce to toughen up a little bit, get out there on his own.
And I actually think it was a good move because I don't feel like I've seen like the death of his parents affect him that profoundly. I mean, like he just like kind of threw himself into his work and it didn't really like mess him up and make me think that he's going to take on, this vigilante status. So I think this might have been like the good like kick in the pants that he needed.
And I'm not going to cancel out Reginald so soon because he obviously didn't say like, oh, he's dead. He should be dead. He was like, he's in the hospital. He'll probably be there a few weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, he obviously didn't want to kill him. That's his boy.
Right.
But he needed to remove him from the picture.
Yeah.
And Alfred ain't gonna just walk away. You know, Alfredo's a beast.
Right.
He'll be out there one arm gunning on him if he got to.
Yeah.
So
with
you
like
know,
one deflated lung.
Exactly. But we should have seen this coming when Bruce was like, I'm putting an investigation out, that kind of thing. He kind of set his own trap in that one. So I'm curious to see who they're gonna get to try to finish the job. If they're gonna try to do Reginald again and he become like the anti-hero, like, all right, don't kill Bruce. I'm sacrificing myself type deal because David, you said you couldn't find anything about.
I mean, I guess this whole new Alfred backstory they're going with Gotham is New 52, and I don't really know pretty much anything about the New 52. So I assume that maybe there's some story about it in the New 52 about like him having mates or something like that, but. Tommy said there isn't anything, so.
No, I mean, not anything on Reggie Payne specifically,
No.
I don't think. I might be wrong, but I.
Well, guys, I mean, as always, if you know more than we do, which there's a huge population out there, I'm pretty sure somebody does. Hashtag Gotham AS. Hit us up on any multimedia website you got going on and let us know, because we got questions like everybody else. Also, something I want to hear y'all's opinion about. We about to talk about the fish. We about to talk about this fish. Now, okay, the whole time we've been talking about Gotham, okay? And shout out to Gotham at Gotham. You know, because that's without them we wouldn't be here.
Right.
But I have never really been a fan of Fish. I don't know about you guys. I've never been a big Fish Mooney fan.
Right.
My love for Willard Christopher Smith Jr. has had me liking Fish long enough, specifically because of the husband. But when she was like, you forgot about option 3 and was like, you can't have these beautiful, luscious little eyes, and took it with a spoon.
And then stomped it out.
And stomped it. The last time I saw somebody stomp an eyeball like that was Kill Bill Volume 2. And I'm still a little geeked out by that because she was barefoot. But, you know, Fish had them big glitter shoes on. But, okay. How do you think this is going to affect her venture back into the lab? She's coming back for Penguin. You think she's going to come back with like a glass
glittery
eye? Or like
eye patch. A glittery eye
with
patch.
like a salmon on it or something? Like, how are we going to do this?
No, it's gonna be like her nails. It's gonna be like how like all the fashion blogs talk about Fish Mooney's nails. It's gonna be like the fashion blogs talking about her eye patch.
I don't know, maybe she makes friends with the doll maker and he gives her a new eye.
That'd be sweet. Or like a cyborg eye. I would like that.
I feel like that right there was a shout out to us, like the fans, because everyone's always curious, like, everyone's scared of this little woman and we don't know why. You remember, just like you said with the basement or wherever they were, and now it's called the basement. So we're underground hip hop, wherever she's at, wherever that place is. Such a small frame to be able to dominate so powerfully. Now we actually got to salute to like, this is what she's capable of. Not only is she capable of taking any one of y'all down, she'll take herself down if need be. So, I mean, I got to give her props. You know, I still believe my philosophy. Penguin, eat fish, as we always say. Hashtag Gotham AS.
Hashtag Penguin eat fish.
Hashtag Penguin eat fish. So, you know, it's getting real. But it's Dollmacher. So not necessarily doll maker. So even then, it's like you said with the whole Joker thing, we can't jump to conclusion and say that's the doll maker. Because it's Dollmacher.
But they referenced the doll maker in that episode early on. That was like episode 2 where they had the two people that were stealing kids. Like, I do agree that this was a good ploy by the writers to like make like, all right, now we get how crazy Fish is. Like that's probably one of the most insane things you can do is
that was ridiculously
take your,
cool.
probably second only to pointing a gun at or a fake gun at police and putting on a red hood or taking evidence. That was the craziest thing in this episode was eyeball out with a spoon. Maybe even crazy.
I think that might be the craziest thing we've seen in the show so far.
It was graphic. This show is really graphic.
I know,
this
it's
episode
getting graphic.
Really graphic. We had a stabbing. We had blood spray. We had an eyeball on the canvas.
I know, I dug it though. I mean, like that was the kind of like badassery I needed from Fish to like think that she was any sort of threat. Like, take out your own damn eye. Maybe I'm crazy.
I mean, like I said, it's intense. And we got to see, unfortunately for the fans out there, and I know you guys, this is tough, but we got to see Barbara again.
Babs.
We got to see Barbara again.
Babs was back.
She is back, and she is still living with the 2 underage children.
She had a little happy hour there.
Yeah.
She had.
But like I want to say, like when you've been drinking, you will party with all sorts of people.
That is most of the
You'd be like, let's be friends.
Most of the time. Maybe not some 14, 15-year-olds, but you know, most of the time I would. Now, what I'm thinking is with the whole Barbara part, and like I said, guys, hashtag Gotham AS, but I feel like at that notion they were hinting at Barbara teaching Cat how to become not just the street kitten, but the femme fatale that is Catwoman. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like at that point, it looked like Cat was like, I'm taking it in, I'm taking it in, I'm taking it in. Too vulnerable, back up, bitch. Like, it didn't work for you, I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I loved that moment, actually, because that was exactly like what I was thinking. And so I loved that the writers wrote what everyone was thinking. And that was something about this episode that I just loved, like the unceremoniousness of it. You know, like Selina Kyle said what everyone was thinking. I mean, like all the people, all the guys who put on the red hood were like, I'm invincible, just get like shot, like totally unceremoniously. And I like that because I think that sometimes Gotham's a little guilty of following some cliches. So I love just like the mercilessness of this episode.
Yeah. Which is good. I mean, there wasn't too much Ivy, Cat, and Barb in this one, so not really sure how to emphasize a little bit more on that pack. But we also did get your boy Oswald, or Oswald, excuse me, Oswald and Butch. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm feeling a little way about Butch right now.
I don't know. The first thing I noticed was that he had that V carved into his forehead.
Now, see, was that a carving or was that just like an invention of skin?
No, it was like a scarred V.
No, that would be intentional.
Like Victor.
Yeah. Okay.
Zsasz carved that into his forehead.
Now, does he always sign his work? Or
Well,
is that just a Gotham
he signs
thing?
himself,
yeah, but I mean, like, is that a new thing that like he signs?
Well, I mean,
his...
this whole Zsasz is different. Like, I've never seen him use a knife yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got the hint of him using the knife right there.
Back home in his basement full of play toys that we have yet to see.
No.
With his powerful vixens that follow him around and are invulnerable.
His posse of hotties.
Now, my thing on Butch right now is, remember the whole thing he had with his friend that he just shot him in the car, and he was, you know, with his boy, and he was all on his side and everything. Butch, we can tell so far, has been a very good actor, both, you know, literally and figuratively. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like right now, he's going along with Penguin, but he's still trying to get Fish. You know, he's like, I'm getting my Fish back. Like, he got a little sentimental with us. He was like, I was here 9 years ago when this place was a cockfighting ring for the Chinese or whatever it was. Like, that was intense.
Mr. Chang, who we met later.
So I'm expecting a Fish-Butch reuniting day, you know, and how do you think that's going to affect Penguin? Because, you know, Penguin, he gets, you know, because he don't have, Maroney don't got his back no more.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So what do you see outcoming with Penguin with this whole thing? Do you think it's just going to escalate him into getting the Iceberg Lounge? Or do you think Fish going to come back and take over and we're going to have to start from the bottom all over again?
Nah, we're gonna see that. My predictions is like we're gonna see the ice before the end of the season. We're gonna see the Iceberg Lounge. We better see him in the well with the with all the bats. But I just think I think the tanking of the lounge is just leading to the Iceberg Lounge proper. But I'm kind of thinking that Butch might be like a double agent. That like he only pretended to be brainwashed because his like he seems to be kind of ride or die for Fish.
I think taking Fish Mooney out of Gotham now makes me think I used to think she was a strong candidate to die at the end of the season. Now I think they're setting her up to come back with a vengeance for next season. I thought for sure she'd be like a big like ratings ploy season finale death. Now that she hasn't interacted with the main cast in like a few weeks, it seems like they're just setting her up to come back like in the last 2 weeks with the eye patch, like maybe even save Gordon from something, kind of an anti-hero because there's plenty of villains now, so why not turn one of the more likable villains into kind of a
she's kind of standing up for the other people that she's with too. So.
Yeah, Mother Teresa.
There you go. Hey,
Fish Teresa.
hey,
Her headband
Fish
and everything.
Rocking that silk wrap though.
Yep.
She was like, I don't care where I am, y'all not messing this up. But guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back. If you have anything to say, hashtag Gotham AS and hit us up. And don't go anywhere. And tell your friends, come watch us out. See what's up. Hop in the chat. We'll be right back, guys.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
So this is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot. I literally cannot not. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone.
Hold on.
Bro.
That the more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy. It was hot. It was heated. I was into it.
You are gonna be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama. Tell them don't ahead, turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on theStream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
Welcome back, guys, and I'm glad to see that you are still sitting here along with a couple of new friends, which, Vi, I would love for you to shout out some of the people we got in the chat right now. Who we got?
Yeah, it's good to see y'all in the chat. Well, as always, hey Blue, what's going on? Music for the radio, it's good to see you again. Leo and Mirror Master, Mr. Eli Mack, Derek the Dork, Jacob Bowers, Martin Sevchek, Ashley Nagar, Jarella Bond. There's so many of you awesome people. Daniel Gomez, I can't take it. Thank you so much for hanging out in the chat. You guys are so much fun.
Guys, we love seeing you every week. Keep coming back every week, and we're going to do our best to entertain you every damn week. Fan question number 1 comes from @BamaFootball2.
Ooh.
Could Jerome possibly be Professor Overbeck, who takes the Red Hood name under mind control of the Joker? Now, as I hashtag stump David, we're going to throw this over to David. David, who is Professor Overbeck? Overbeck, excuse me.
So I'm not gonna lie, you guys almost had me. You almost had me. Professor Overbeck has actually only appeared in 2 comic books ever, 2 prints. The first is Batman 66 number 3, which was a issue that ran alongside the original Batman TV series. And in that one, he was the Red Hood and, well, Joker. So Professor Overbeck was a professor at Arkham who used brainwaves to manipulate the inmates to try to, you know, make them normal. And he tried to do it on the Joker, and it backfired. So, hence, Joker used it on him, and he became the Red Hood. The only other issue he's ever appeared in was a Batman and Spider-Man crossover, where he invented a chip that they would plant in their heads that was supposed to do the exact same thing, and his test subjects were Carnage and Joker. And it worked, except the symbiote within Carnage destroyed the chip, and then Joker and Carnage went on a rampage, and then Batman and Spider-Man had to team up to whoop ass.
Gotcha. Well, like I said, there you go, guys. And you almost had him, but we're trying to hashtag stump David.
Right.
Fan question number 2 comes from @DrakeAtkin1. Should Ra's al Ghul get a random episode or cameo, seeing as how he's like 800 years old? You know what?
We should respect our elders.
Yeah, you know, but the thing is, I like that idea. You know, it's kind of like the whole Wolverine thing, just going through time, you know what I'm saying? It would be cool to hear somebody hint at League of Shadows and or a Ra's al Ghul type deal coming in. As far as him doing something, I mean, I don't need to see much, you know?
But I feel like Arrow owns that property.
CW's got that on lockdown.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't think Fox can play with that.
You don't think they can have their own version of it? I just don't. I mean, I'm just wondering, like, I mean, they're probably, I mean, there's certain production that is DC Studios behind all of it.
Yeah.
But, so maybe it wouldn't behoove them to confuse the 2 things, but.
Well, I think at this point, it's kind of like DC with their properties are kind of how where Marvel was when they first started making movies, which is why Fantastic Four is still messed up and with Fox.
Yes.
I think DC is getting down that road, but same road that Marvel got into, but with their television properties. So at this point, I think they can just kind of make suggestions, but it's really not their call anymore.
Gotcha.
I wonder how that works, like when DC gives people the rights to do these shows. Like, is it just like carte blanche, you have the whole universe, or do they like license specific characters?
I'm not sure, but we are definitely going to Google that.
Yeah.
On fan question number 3 from and excuse me if I say this wrong, Beguile Me, okay? Fluffy question, but who are you guys rooting for, Jim and Leslie or Jim and Barbara? Now, see, that one, is that a hashtag Stump David? Are we hashtagging Stump David? What you think, David?
Well, if Barbara stops being a tool, I would root for Jim and Barbara.
Well, of course, I feel like we all want Jim and Barbara just for comic book continuity.
No, Jim was never with Leslie in the comic books. It was actually Alfred and Leslie, I believe, because Leslie was like a silver fox, right? She was an old lady.
But I have to say, I mean, for the continuity of the show, I definitely like Leslie.
Yeah, for the show, I like Leslie.
Yeah.
Oh, she's great. And who heard about her getting cast as the love interest in Deadpool?
Oh, I did. I heard that.
It was really cool.
Hey, she a bad one though. So if anything, you know, it's not like Ben McKenzie is losing on all these kissing scenes. He's
right?
winning either way he goes. So, but for comic book continuity, like I said, personally, I would like Jim and Barbara, but just not the Barbara that we're forced on us right now. The one that's making it seem like alcohol is some new cocaine slash heroin, and she's just a drug addict. I don't know.
I think what needs to happen is she needs to take one of her eyes out with a spoon, because that seems to be what makes me respect characters.
Because that's how you tell me you know it's real. You know it's real.
I'd say living space-wise, he should go with Barbara because she's got a bad pad. You know?
That's true. That's true.
Where is he even living now? Is he living with Leslie now?
It looks like he's living at the GCPD because that's where Leslie found him showering.
Do we have any live questions?
Yeah, sure. We got one from music because music is smart and stuff. Okay. So music for the radio. Do you guys feel an issue with the show is the two-dimensional character development for the adults while the children get more depth? And I just want to throw out there that I just think that two-dimensional character development is an issue overall, regardless of age. And I think that some of my more favorites who have like the more dimensional depth span all over the place. Like I think Bruce is great because David Mazouz is great. I think that Alfred is great because Alfred is great, and Donal Logue is, and Bullock is great because Donal Logue is great. So I think like it's almost like the actors have been the ones who have made things more dimensional, not necessarily the writing.
Oh well.
What do y'all think?
We gave that one to Vi for sure. Hopefully that answered your question, music for the radio. And a couple of shout outs to @Gotham, @Cape Crusades FS, @Bam Smack Pal, @Gotham Army, Gotham TV Writers. Anybody that's messing with us, we messing with you, okay? Plain and simple. We might have missed a few of y'all on the list, but don't forget #GothamAS with anything you got to say, any questions, any comments, anything you'd like us to change. Well, that's it for today, guys. As always, Devon, David, Vi, Tommy, we love seeing y'all every Monday. Subscribe to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and we will see you next week. Deuces.
Bye.
Join the conversation for your favorite TV shows. Hit us up on theStream.tv or subscribe on the YouTube channel. Also, don't forget, send us all your questions and everything on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever social media you got. If you don't got one, send a pigeon with a letter. We're going to be right here.